Every morning at my clinic, I meet dozens of patients over 60 who walk in with the same familiar question. Doctor, why are my eyes getting blurry so quickly lately? And every time I hear it, I'm reminded of a statistic that even shocked me the first time I learned it. More than 92% of adults over 65 are missing the key nutrients their eyes and brain need to repair themselves at night, which means every single evening, while your body is trying its best to recover, it's running out of the raw materials it needs. And that's when the decline begins to show up, not suddenly but quietly, through little signs we often ignore. Maybe you've noticed that when you wake up in the morning, your vision looks foggy, almost like someone placed a thin layer of mist over your eyes. Maybe you're reading the newspaper, and out of nowhere you forget which line you were on. Or late in the afternoon, the lights feel harsher, your eyes sting, and your mind feels like it's moving just a little slower than it used to. If you've experienced any of that, you're not alone, not even close. I always tell my patients, the body rarely breaks down overnight. It always sends signals first. We're just often too busy to listen. And that's exactly why I want you to sit with me for a few quiet minutes today. Ask yourself honestly, are these symptoms, this blurriness, dryness, forgetfulness, really just aging? Or is there something deeper going on inside your body that we haven't addressed? Let me paint a picture for you. Your eyes and your brain every night are like a team of engineers trying to repair tiny nerve fibers and microscopic pixels inside your retina. But if they don't have enough light, not enough tools, not enough electricity, how much of that repair work can they realistically finish? That's the real issue most people overlook. Your body wants to heal, it's trying to heal, but it doesn't have the fuel it needs to do the job. The good news? The solution isn't complicated. You don't need strong medications, expensive procedures, or anything extreme. You just need the right natural foods, the right type, at the right time, in the right way. And in today's video, I'm going to share with you 4 powerful juices that science shows can deeply support your eyes and brain after 50. But before we dive into each one, I want to take a moment to introduce myself, so you'll understand why I've dedicated my entire life to studying this. Before we go any deeper into the why and the how of restoring your eyes and brain, I want to take a moment to introduce myself, not to show off, but so you understand where all of this comes from and why I care so much about it. My name is Dr. David Warren, and I'm 60 years old. For more than 3 decades, I've worked side by side with thousands of patients over the age of 50. People in their early 60s trying to stay sharp for work, people in their 70s wanting to keep reading their favorite books, and even folks in their 80s who simply want to recognize the faces they love. What keeps me in this profession isn't the technology, the devices, or the medical breakthroughs. It's the small, deeply human moments. Moments like a patient smiling because they could finally read the morning paper without squinting, or a grandmother telling me she remembered her grandson's name right away instead of hesitating like she usually does. I specialize in aging vision, chronic dry eye, and nutritional support for the eyes and brain. And if there's one thing I've learned over the years, it's this. Nutrition is one of the most underrated tools we have for protecting our vision and our mind. My goal in this video isn't to scare you, and it's certainly not to overwhelm you with medical jargon. My goal is simple, to help you understand that your body has not stopped trying to heal. It has not given up on you. It just needs the right kind of support, gentle, natural, and consistent. I'm going to share with you the exact foods, habits, and simple daily routines I've used with my own patients. The same things that have helped so many of them sharpen their eyesight, calm their minds, and feel more mentally awake than they have in years. And now that you know a little bit about who I am, let's talk about the real reason your eyes and brain start to slow down and what you can do about it. Before we talk about the 4 juices that can help your eyes and brain feel younger, clearer, and stronger, we need to understand something important. Why things slow down in the first place. A lot of my patients come to me and say, "Doctor, I guess this is just old age, right?" And I always shake my head gently. No, your body isn't failing. It's calling out for support, just in ways that are easy to miss. I like to use this simple picture. Imagine your body as a busy city. Your eyes are the windows. Your brain is City Hall. And nutrients, vitamins, minerals, antioxidants are the delivery trucks that bring supplies every night so repairs can be done. But after age 50, something happens. Those delivery trucks start arriving late. Some roads narrow, that's reduced blood flow. Some supplies stop showing up, that's nutrient deficiency. And the repair crew works mostly at night, but they're handed an empty toolbox. So what do you think happens? You start seeing those little signs. You wake up with foggy vision. You lose your reading line more easily. You walk into the kitchen and forget why you're there. Your eyes burn after screen time. Your mind hits a lag late in the day. These aren't signs of the end. They're signs of lack. Lack of fuel, lack of tools, lack of nourishment. Your eyes and brain age fastest when two things build up quietly over the years: oxidative stress and inflammation. Not the dramatic kind, the subtle kind. The kind that comes from stress, screens, sunlight, poor sleep, and time. But here's the part most people never hear, and the part I love telling my patients. Your body can reverse a surprising amount of that damage. It just needs the right ingredients, and those ingredients don't have to come from pills or complicated treatments. In fact, nature has been offering them to us all along, in the form of simple foods we walk past every day at the grocery store. That's why I created this video, to show you the 4 natural juices that act like a restoration team, bringing oxygen, antioxidants, and essential nutrients directly to the parts of your eyes and brain that need them the most. And now, let's talk about the first one. It's simple, it's familiar, and for many of my patients, it's been the beginning of a remarkable transformation. If you were to ask me which food always makes me smile when I talk about it, not because it's fancy or rare, but because it's surprisingly powerful, I would say carrots. Carrots don't show off. They don't make headlines. They're just there, sitting quietly in your kitchen drawer. But inside that quiet little root is one of the strongest allies your eyes and brain could ever ask for. I often tell my patients, think of your eyes like a tiny oil lamp. When you're young, that lamp is always full. But with age, the oil slowly runs low, and most people don't even notice it happening. Carrots supply the fuel that lamp needs. You've probably heard of beta-carotene. Your body turns it into vitamin A, which your retina absolutely depends on to create healthy photoreceptor cells. The cells that help you see clearly, especially in low light. Without enough vitamin A, your lamp flickers. Your night vision weakens. Morning vision becomes foggy. Your eyes feel dry, tired, and older than they should. But carrots don't stop at vitamin A. They also contain lutein and zeaxanthin, 2 pigments I like to call the silent guardians. They protect the macula, the little spot in the back of your eye that's responsible for sharp detail. And every day, those pigments shield your eyes from blue light, UV rays, and decades of accumulated strain from screens, sunlight, and stress. But the part that surprises most people is this. Carrots don't just feed your eyes, they feed your brain too. Inside carrots is a compound called falcarinol. Most people have never heard of it, but I've seen what it can do. I tell my patients to imagine falcarinol as the oil that keeps an old engine running smoothly. It supports your neurons, reduces low-level inflammation, and helps your brain's wiring stay sharp, flexible, and responsive. You don't notice falcarinol in one day, but you notice it over time through the small moments. Moments like remembering where you put your keys, or recalling the name of someone you haven't seen in a while, or simply feeling mentally lighter in the morning. One of my favorite stories is about a patient named Helen, 74 years old. She loved reading at night, but the words had started blurring, and she told me she felt embarrassed that she couldn't focus like she used to. I suggested something simple. Start your day with a glass of carrot juice. Add a touch of olive oil so your body can absorb it better. 3 weeks later, she came back with her eyes sparkling. "Doctor," she said, "I finished a full page of the newspaper last night without squinting once." That's not magic. That's nourishment. And using carrot juice is wonderfully easy. Just juice 2 or 3 carrots with a slice of ginger or a squeeze of lemon. Drink it in the morning, ideally with a little healthy fat like avocado or walnuts, so your body can absorb those nutrients properly. If you ask me who carrot juice is for, I'd say it's for anyone who wants their mornings to feel clearer, brighter, and sharper, whether you're 30, 60, or 80. If carrot juice is the gentle sunrise for your eyes and brain, then beet juice is the steady heartbeat of your afternoon, the boost your body often needs but rarely receives. I like to think of beet juice as the silent hero of the late day, because something interesting happens to most people between 2 and 4 p.m. Energy drops, focus slips, the mind slows down, and the eyes begin to feel heavy, dry, or strained. It's not your imagination, it's physiology. Let me paint a picture. Your brain and your eyes rely heavily on a healthy, steady flow of blood, which carries oxygen like a stream, carries fresh water to every corner of a city. But after age 50, those streams naturally narrow. Blood flow weakens, and the oxygen supply to your brain and retina fades. That's when beet juice steps in. Beets are rich in natural nitrates. When you drink beet juice, your body converts those nitrates into nitric oxide, a molecule that gently relaxes and widens blood vessels. I often describe it to my patients like this. It's as if someone opens up all the windows in a stuffy room and lets fresh air rush in. When blood vessels open, more oxygen reaches the retina, protecting it from micro damage that can lead to age-related vision decline. And more oxygen reaches the brain, sharpening your focus, improving reaction time, and clearing away that heavy mental fog so many people feel in the afternoon. There's a study I love referencing because it's so relatable. Older adults who drank beet juice every day for 4 weeks showed better cognitive performance, sharper attention, and improved blood flow to the brain. But honestly, I don't even need the research. I've seen it happen in my own clinic for years. Take Mr. Richard, for example, a 67-year-old retired engineer. He told me that every afternoon it felt like a thin fog settled over his mind. Reading became a chore, conversations drained him, and his eyes burned under bright light. I suggested adding a simple glass of beet juice to his afternoon routine. A month later, he walked into my office with a peaceful smile. "Doctor," he said, "I don't know how to explain it, but I feel awake again. My eyes don't hurt in the afternoons anymore." That's the power of nitric oxide. And here's the best part. Beet juice works fast. Within 30 minutes, your body starts producing more nitric oxide. For many people, that means clearer thinking and less eye strain on the very same day. Beet juice is incredibly simple to make. Just juice 1 medium beet with half an orange or a small apple for sweetness. Drink it between 2 and 4 p.m. when your energy naturally dips and your brain needs extra oxygen the most. If you can pair it with a 10-20-minute walk, even better. The increased blood flow multiplies the benefits. To me, beet juice is like giving your eyes and brain a second win. A gentle but powerful way to say, "I know you're tired. Here's something to help you keep going." If carrot juice is the bright beginning of your day, and beet juice is the afternoon lift that keeps you going, then blueberry juice is the quiet, powerful companion of the night. I often tell my patients, if your brain and eyes had a night crew, the team that comes in after hours to repair, restore, and rebuild, blueberries would be the foreman. What makes blueberries so special isn't just their taste or color. It's a group of pigments called anthocyanins, which give blueberries their deep purple-blue hue. These aren't just pretty colors. They're potent antioxidants that work like shields, protecting your brain and eyes from oxidative stress and inflammation. Think of oxidative stress as rust. It builds slowly, it's subtle, and by the time you notice it, the damage has already begun. Anthocyanins help clean that rust. One of the most beautiful things about blueberries is their ability to support neurogenesis, the creation of new brain cells. Many people believe that once you're past 60, your brain can't grow new neurons anymore. But that's not true. Your brain can still create new cells. It just needs the right signals, and blueberries provide exactly that. I'll never forget Helen, a 74-year-old patient of mine who loved reading. When she first came to me, she told me the words on the page were starting to blur, and her mind felt slower. She seemed embarrassed, like she was losing a part of herself. I gently suggested she try drinking a small glass of blueberry juice about 60-90 minutes before bed. 3 weeks later, she walked into my office with a lightness I hadn't seen before. "Doctor," she said, smiling, "I finished an entire crossword puzzle last night. I didn't feel confused or tired. I felt sharp." That's the power of blueberries. For your eyes, anthocyanins protect the retinal ganglion cells, which act like messengers sending visual information to your brain. When these cells are healthy, your vision feels clearer, more stable, and less strained, especially at night or under bright lights. For your brain, blueberries increase levels of BDNF, a protein that helps neurons survive, grow, and connect more efficiently. I often call BDNF the fertilizer for your brain because that's exactly what it does. It nourishes your mental garden. Blueberries also help stabilize blood sugar, something many older adults struggle with. And stable blood sugar means fewer episodes of sudden fogginess or blurred vision. Using blueberries is incredibly simple. You don't need anything fancy. Just blend a handful of fresh or frozen blueberries with a splash of water, or with half a banana if you prefer a thicker texture. Drink it in the evening, 60 to 90 minutes before sleep, the exact window when your brain begins its nightly repair cycle. To me, blueberry juice is like a gentle whisper to your body. "You've done enough today. Now let me help you heal." If carrot juice is your morning light, beet juice your afternoon spark, and blueberry juice your nighttime repair, then spinach is the quiet guardian that supports you throughout the day. Spinach isn't flashy. It doesn't have a bold color or a strong personality like beets or blueberries, but its power lies in its gentleness, the way it nourishes your eyes and brain, slowly, consistently, and faithfully. I often tell my patients to imagine their eyes as a small forest. Inside that forest, each photoreceptor cell is like a leaf catching the light. When we're young, that forest is lush, vibrant, green. But as the years pass, harsh sunlight, stress, screens, and aging dry out those leaves, making them fragile. Spinach, to me, is like the soft rain that this forest has been longing for. It's rich in lutein and zeaxanthin, two pigments that act as natural sunshades for your eyes. They settle directly into the macula, the tiny central area of your retina responsible for sharp, detailed vision. There they absorb blue light from screens, block UV damage, and slow down the oxidative stress that's quietly wearing your vision down. But what many people don't realize is that spinach doesn't just nourish the eyes, it nourishes the brain just as deeply. Spinach is full of folate, a key nutrient for producing neurotransmitters, the chemical messengers that control mood, focus, and mental clarity. When folate levels drop, many people describe feeling foggy or emotionally flat. But when you restore it, something beautiful happens. The mind brightens, thinking becomes smoother, and stress feels easier to manage. One of my patients, Mr. Thomas, 69 years old, came to me with a heavy heart. He said, "Doctor, I see my neighbor every week, but lately I can't remember his name until minutes later. What's happening to me?" There was fear in his voice, the fear so many people have when memory begins to slip. I suggested something simple. Add a spinach smoothie to your late morning. Nothing complicated, just spinach, green apple, and a little water. A month later, he returned with a warm laugh and said, "I don't know what changed, but I feel clear again, like someone wiped the fog off the inside of my mind." That's spinach working from the inside. Spinach is also rich in vitamin K, which protects the membranes of your brain cells and supports the formation of myelin, the protective coating that helps your neurons send signals quickly and accurately. As we age, myelin naturally thins, slowing down our thoughts. Spinach helps preserve it. Using spinach is wonderfully simple. You can toss it in a salad, saute it lightly, or blend it into a smoothie. My favorite way for patients over 60. Drink it mid-morning or with lunch when your stomach can absorb nutrients most effectively. Spinach may be quiet, but it is steady, loyal, and deeply supportive. And sometimes it's the quiet things that heal us the most. Now that we've talked about the 4 juices that can nourish your eyes and brain, let's put everything into a simple daily routine. Something gentle, easy to remember, and realistic for everyday life. Start your morning with carrot juice. When you wake up, Your retina and your brain are like a cold engine that needs a warm spark to run smoothly. Carrot juice provides that spark with vitamin A and carotenoids that help your eyes adjust to the light and sharpen your vision for the day ahead. Pair it with a little healthy fat, like avocado or a handful of nuts, to help your body absorb it better. Late morning or during lunch, bring in spinach. A simple spinach smoothie supports your macula, protects your eyes from blue light, and gives your brain the folate and vitamin K it needs to stay focused and emotionally steady. In the afternoon between 2 and 4 p.m., when your energy naturally drops, enjoy a glass of beet juice. This is your oxygen boost, opening up your blood vessels and delivering fresh energy to both your eyes and your brain. Many of my patients tell me this one glass helps them stay alert all evening. Finally, about 60-90 minutes before bedtime, drink blueberry juice. This is your nighttime repair crew. The anthocyanins in blueberries support neurogenesis, protect the retina, and help your brain restore itself while you sleep. You don't have to drink all 4 juices every single day. 2 a day is enough, or rotate them throughout the week. What matters most is consistency, giving your body steady nourishment so it can heal reliably, night after night. Before we end today's video, I want you to take just a quiet moment, a moment to feel your breath, your eyes, your body, and to hear what it's been trying to tell you. So many people in their 60s and 70s come to me and say, "Doctor, I think I'm just getting old. I don't think things can improve anymore." And I always smile gently and tell them, your body hasn't stopped listening to you, not for a single day. Your body is still repairing every night, still fighting for you, still trying to refresh your eyes and restore your memory, even when you feel like everything is slowing down. Those symptoms you've been feeling, the morning blur, the dryness, the forgetfulness, they aren't signals of defeat. They're whispers, messages from your body saying, "Help me a little. I'm still here. I'm still trying." And the beautiful thing about being 50, 60, 70 or beyond is this. You still get to choose how you age. You can choose to nourish yourself gently. You can choose small, steady habits that tell your body, "I still care about you. I'm still here with you." I've seen eyes brighten again. I've seen memory return in people who thought hope was gone. And I truly believe, with all my heart, that if you start today, your body will respond. Because no matter what you've been through, your body is still listening. It always has been. If anything in today's video gave you a little hope, a new idea to try, or simply made you feel understood, I'd be truly grateful if you clicked like. It's a small gesture, but it tells me that these conversations matter to you. And it helps this information reach even more people who may need it. If you have a friend, a sibling, or someone in your family who's been struggling with blurry vision, memory lapses, or afternoon fatigue, please consider sharing this video with them. Sometimes one simple piece of information can change the direction of someone's health. And if you'd like to keep learning gentle, science-backed ways to stay sharp, focused, and energized after 50, I invite you to subscribe to this channel. Don't forget to turn on notifications so you won't miss any of the weekly videos we release, all created with people like you in mind. Remember this, you're not going through this alone. Your body is still listening, still responding, and still capable of healing, step by step, day by day. And I'm here every week to walk that journey with you.